Lesson 147, Prepositions with the dative case. In the last lesson, you learned a general rule about the genitive case. You learned that it can be used to show something moving away from something, or what we might refer to as separation. That's just a general characteristic of the genitive case, especially as it works with prepositions. Now we're going to look at a similar general characteristic, but with the dative case. So, Catherine, why don't you tell us what's the general thing that you think about when you think about how the dative case interacts with prepositions? What comes to mind?
What comes to mind is staying in one place, so telling where something is. This is called place where for grammatical purposes. So if I see a preposition and I see it used with the dative a lot of the time, again, not all the time, but a lot of the time, it talks about where in space or where in general the thing is that is governed or controlled by the preposition. So where is the object of the preposition? So a lot of the meanings that you see for prepositions with the dative are things like in, on, beside, where the object of the preposition is not moving. It's staying still, and I'm just telling you where it is.
So with the genitive, we saw things moving away from things, but here with the dative, we have things not moving. They're just staying still, and we're expressing where they are.
Right. So if a person is sitting on a chair, they're not moving. They're just sitting there, but I'm telling exactly where they're sitting on a chair.
And you taught me a little catchphrase one time. You said, dative is stative.
Yes, my Greek teacher way back when taught me that as well. So the dative is stative in the sense that it stays still.
Well, let's take a look at a few examples. And I have these little examples here where I've mixed together English and Greek just for learning purposes. And again, the cat is back to show us visually each preposition. So in ancient Greek, there's a preposition that means in, and then there's another one that means on, there's another one that means beside. When we see those, they're going to work with the dative case. So if you see that in Greek, if you see in the house in ancient Greek, it's going to be in plus the dative. So it'll say in to oiko. Notice how you have the preposition in plus the dative case. You're not going to say in to oiku with the genitive. The genitive is for separation, right? That's if we want to say something's moving away from something. But here, we're showing that something is sitting still. So we'll say in to oiko with the dative case. Likewise, with the preposition on, nobody's moving anywhere. It's just someone or something is staying put, sitting. As you see, the cat is sitting on the house. So that also will take the dative case because it's sitting still. Same thing with beside. It'll be beside to oiko with the dative case.
So now that our listeners know that prepositions can take the dative in order to show staying in one place or where something is, they now know two different functions of the dative case, the indirect object that they learned earlier, and then also the object of prepositions.
So again, the various cases don't just have one use. We can use cases in multiple ways.